Laurent-Désiré Kabila, a name that resonates deeply in the modern history of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Africa as a whole. From a revolutionary leader to the president of one of the largest countries on the continent, his life was filled with triumph, controversy, and political upheaval. But who was this man, and what led to his dramatic rise to power? In this video, we will delve into the fascinating and turbulent life of Laurent-Désiré Kabila. Born on November 27, 1939, in the small village of Jadotville in the Belgian Congo, Laurent-Désiré Kabila came into a world of turmoil. His early life was marked by the colonial rule of Belgium, a time when the Congo was one of the richest colonies in Africa, but its people were oppressed and exploited. Kabila's family was from the Luba ethnic group, one of the many tribes that would come to play a role in the political landscape of Congo. He attended primary school in the Congo, before moving to neighboring countries, including Tanzania, to further his education and understand the broader African context of colonialism and revolution. As the winds of change swept across Africa in the 1960s, Kabila became inspired by the revolutionary movements taking place on the continent. The African independence wave, led by figures like Kwame Nkrumah and Patrice Lumumba, left a profound mark on him. He returned to Congo after a brief stint in exile and became involved in revolutionary politics. Kabila's early political activities were influenced heavily by his admiration for Patrice Lumumba, the first Prime Minister of Congo, who was tragically assassinated in 1961. Kabila's first foray into revolutionary work involved joining various armed groups that aimed to resist the authoritarian regimes that followed Lumumba's death. In 1965, Joseph Désiré Mobutu, later known as Mobutu Sese Seko, took control of the country in a military coup. Mobutu would go on to rule the country for over 3 decades, renaming it Zaire and consolidating power through a regime characterized by corruption, brutality, and repression. Kabila became one of the many dissidents who fought against Mobutu's regime, but he was no ordinary resistance leader. During the 1970s and 1980s, Kabila's revolutionary activities led him to create alliances with neighboring countries, most notably Rwanda and Uganda. He built up a coalition of forces to challenge Mobutu, while continuing his own personal struggle against oppression. In 1996, the political landscape shifted dramatically. After years of guerrilla warfare and political maneuvering, Laurent-Désiré Kabila emerged as the leader of the Alliance of Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Congo, AFDL. What followed was a rapid and decisive rebellion that was fueled by a combination of internal dissent and external support, particularly from Rwanda and Uganda. By May 1997, Kabila's forces had succeeded in toppling Mobutu's long-standing dictatorship. Mobutu was forced into exile, and Laurent-Désiré Kabila was declared president of the country. After more than 3 decades of dictatorship, the people of Congo thought they had finally reached the dawn of a new era. But the challenges were far from over. Though hailed as a liberator, Kabila quickly faced the immense task of governing a war-torn and fractured country. The political and ethnic divisions that had been exacerbated under Mobutu's reign were still very much alive. Kabila's government, while initially popular, became increasingly authoritarian and resistant to outside influences, including the international community. Kabila's attempts to assert Congolese sovereignty brought him into conflict with his former allies, Rwanda and Uganda, who had supported him in his rise to power. Tensions between the countries led to the outbreak of the Second Congo War in 1998, also known as Africa's World War, with multiple nations and rebel groups fighting for control of the vast mineral wealth of the region. On January 16, 2001, Laurent-Désiré Kabila's tumultuous rule came to a tragic end when he was assassinated by one of his own bodyguards. The assassination marked the beginning of a new chapter for Congo, as his son, Joseph Kabila, took over the presidency. Laurent-Désiré Kabila's death was a turning point. His legacy, while controversial, remains pivotal in the history of the Congo. His leadership was a paradox, both a liberation hero and a man who struggled with the complexities of power. His assassination did not end the conflict, and the struggle for peace and stability in the DRC continues to this day. Laurent-Désiré Kabila's life and legacy remain a subject of deep debate. To some, he was a symbol of resistance to foreign intervention and a champion of African sovereignty. To others, he was a dictator who failed to address the deep issues within the Congo. His story is a reminder of the complexities and contradictions of African leadership in the post-colonial era. The history of the Democratic Republic of Congo is far from simple, and Laurent-Désiré Kabila's story is a key chapter in understanding the struggles and triumphs of this remarkable nation. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.